All right, hello everybody. My name is Mercury Addison, and today I'm doing some art. Um, Now originally I had planned on doing other art projects during my live streams and not working on my original comic on live streams. But the thing is, I'm actually just so far behind in my original projects, both like in my webcomic and in my actual book that I'm writing. I've just had such a busy couple of months, and so I'm really, really far behind on my original projects. So for that reason, I'm going to be working on my webcomic, page 4. As you can see, I've already got a little bit of stuff done. Part of what's taking me so long is I'm doing a whole lot of background images. Like, I did an entire poster that's going to be in her living room, but only a tiny little bit of it is shown in this panel, and I'll do more of it later on in the thing. So I'm saving all the assets. So that means next time I do a shot of her living room, if the full poster is going to be visible, I've got the poster already ready to go, and I won't have to sit down and draw it. But this time I did have to sit down and draw it, all for just boots and a little bit of a spear here going on. Same down here. I needed her to be looking at her phone, and I wanted specifically, I made it so that there's not even a phone number. I'm going to be hiding the phone number under her thumb, but I didn't even include a real phone number because I want to make sure that people are weird. If they see a phone number in something, they'll call it, so I didn't want to do that. So I just made a couple numbers to start, a couple numbers to end, and that's all that anyone's ever going to see. But I made this little screen of her girlfriend that she's going to be texting. Um, I've already got a lot of the base work done. I've got the first panel done in line work, and then I've got everything else set and ready to be drawn in line work. But I haven't caught up with it. So today for this stream, I'm going to be finishing the line work. That's my goal for this art stream, is to just get page 4 drawn. And then later tonight, I'll probably color it in my own time. But I just need to catch up on some of my projects. So what we're going to be doing today is doing my art projects. So here's my sketch layer. I'm going to make this a little bit darker so that I can see it better. And now I'm going to just get right into drawing. What's a good? That's too thick, I think. That's a better length. Alright, so I'm just going to get right into it. I haven't done any warm-ups today yet either. I've got so much on my plate right now, and it's just a lot of stuff that I have to take care of, so maybe I should just do a couple quick warm-ups just to get my creative juices flowing and get my pen working right. Yeah, see? My pen just doesn't want to do what I want it to do, and that's not going to be good while I'm drawing. And these are just some basic exercises that I've learned, is just like, if you just like do some shapes and do some doodling, that's going to help you get a good grasp of things. Just do some spirals, do some circles. Just to remind your hand and eye where they're supposed to coordinate. It's like you're recalibrating a remote that's gone off center or that sort of thing. So yeah, just with a few random doodles like this, it's just making it a lot easier. Let's just do a couple more spirals. Maybe just some lines. Just to sort of warm yourself up. Okay. Alright, now let's actually try this. I think I want the hair to be a little more like over on this side. And this is a picture that's a little bit more from a distance, so it doesn't need to be perfect or anything. I need to remind myself of that. My art does not need to be perfect, especially if the character is like a distance, a little bit of a distance away. This is not a close-up. Still, I like to do things well. Like, doesn't everyone want to do a good job when they do something? I've got Ray of Light by Madonna stuck in my head right now. I'm not going to sing it though, I learned my lesson. I'm not going to sing on a live stream. My problem is I'm singing all the time in real life, so it's just like, if something's in my head, I'll just sing it. But it's not good. That looks too weird. I think there is supposed to be a tiny little bit out that's like that, but for the most part the bangs need to be coming down a little bit farther out this way. I do gotta remember that she's in a... her head's tilted though, so I gotta remember that. I think that looks okay. Honestly, this little first piece that I did doesn't look good though. I need to redo that. That looks better, I think. That looks pretty good. Ugh. My bamboo pad is so sensitive. I was given it used as a gift by someone who bought it used at a garage sale 10 years ago. So it does not always want to do what it needs to do. It is a pretty old device. On page 5, this character brushes her hair, and then for the rest of the chapter her hair is nice and neat, and that's going to make it so much easier for me. But for now, she's got bad head. I know that that's just adding unnecessary detail that I probably don't need, but it's what I want for my comics, so it's gonna play a role. Like, it's not gonna play a role, I mean, but it's just gonna, like, it's gonna come up later in the story, if that makes sense. In order to have a character become noticeably frazzled to the point where the people in her life are like, hey, are you okay? You look like you're not really all that okay. In order to maintain a frazzled sort of look, you first have to establish a neatness. So I'm going to have this character be nice and neat in this first chapter, and then as the story progresses and she stops like taking care of herself and she stops brushing her hair and all that sort of thing, she's going to start looking like she hasn't brushed her hair in a while. And it'll be noticeable because I did the groundwork of making it so that her hair originally is cared for. She originally takes care of it. But yes, it is frustrating in the meantime, having to just do all of this little stuff, all of these little details. I gotta give her an unbrushed look, which just takes a lot. I want to start with the little thing that she's got. This is another thing, that this little anime antenna thing is not going to last very long. Once she brushes her hair, it's gone. Alright, you know what? I'm going to start cheating on this piece. Giving it a smoothness. First off, though, I gotta make sure that that doesn't look wrong on her head. I think it looks okay. Yeah, okay. And I do this for some things, but not everything. As you already know from me having done some of this other stuff. I do this for stuff that should theoretically be more smooth, like her face. Something doesn't look right. Maybe I shouldn't have done that upper piece like that where it is. I'll start with the face and then I'll do the upper piece. That looks terrible. I think a part of what might look bad is just that since the head is at a different angle and since she's also yawning, which is gonna stretch her face out a little more than I usually do, that might just be my eyes don't want to see it as complete because of that. So I'll finish the face so that I'll have the angle in mind as I'm looking at the rest of the hair. Those eyes are not in a good spot. They don't look right. Oh my god. Alright, let's see here. Maybe I'll just do the eyes kind of like more free instead of trying to stick to a outline. Because outlines are all well and good, but at the same time, sometimes it's just not right. I also think the nose might be in the wrong spot. I think I might need to move this nose. gonna fix this eye again. Do it a little differently. It's just not working out right. Okay, wait, I think maybe the other eye needs to be higher. Maybe that's the problem. Where are they positioned here? Okay, okay. I think they're in a good position relative to each other, but now they just need to be a little higher. That's good, that's better. Okay. Now, let's do a little bit thicker for eyebrows. And just, that's too big. Just cut them across here. That looks terrible. Okay. I wanted her to have thick eyebrows, and she's got dark hair, so her eyebrows just being black, it just makes sense. But every time I draw them, I'm just like, in that scene in Princess Diaries when Queen Clarice is like reviewing Mia, and she's like, hey, eyes like her father's, but hidden beneath Bushman eyebrows. I'm always just like, bleh. No, it's just not right. I don't want her to look too sad. I want her to look sleepy, but I'm not really sure how to get that across very well. Like, she's not sad, she's just, I mean, yeah, technically she's been crying, but it's not that she's sad. She's woken up from a dream and she's like, what? Why am I crying? What the fuck? So I just want her to look like she's tired and sleepy. But it just looks weird. It looks wrong, man. What am I doing wrong? This is part of why it's been taking me so long to do everything. Like, not only am I making all of those little assets that I already pointed out, like the phone screen and the poster and everything, but I'm also just sitting here and I'm like, I'm just learning things as I'm working, and that makes it difficult to do the work. Why am I focusing so much on the yawn when I'm going to be drawing the hands over it? She doesn't look like she's yawning. That looks so silly. I've never drawn a yawn before, I'm realizing. See, it's all these tiny little things. Like, I've been drawing for years and years and years, but I'm realizing that I've never before drawn a yawn, and it's making it difficult. Alright. Maybe I'll do the hand next, actually. That might make it easier. I'll put the yawn behind the hand. Oh, wrong layer. Oh my god, I need to stop. I should have done this one first, because it's in front of the other finger. There's a thumb on the side of the hand, I believe. I was practicing yawning so that I could kind of try to see where the thumb is supposed to be. I didn't draw a thumb in outline, and I probably should have done. I just kind of scrawled out a hand that's supposed to just go here, and I didn't really plan it out the way I should have. I think when I was originally getting references for this image, I actually just had it so that she was scratching her head, but then I moved, which is why, like, if you look at this, there's not a whole lot of stuff on this side of things, just because I had her arm reaching up here and she was like just scratching her head. But then I decided when I was doing the actual line work, I wanted it different, so I erased that arm and I tried this, and so I didn't have any actual reference images to show me how I'm supposed to do this one. What the hell? I don't know what that was. Okay. Let's see how this looks. Does that look kind of hand-like? It doesn't look quite right, but it looks close to right. I'm getting something wrong, and I'm not entirely sure. My mind is not telling me what it is. I think this doesn't look right up here. Okay, you know what? I think I might just call that good enough. It looks really ugly. What the fuck? What am I doing? What am I doing wrong here? Okay. I don't know. It just looks wrong. It looks bad. That looks terrible too. Okay. Should have looked up references. I should have taken a picture of my hand. I should have made sure that this looked right. Like, the thumb itself looks okay, but then it's not even anywhere near the rest. This is terrible. Okay, you know what? I will save the thumb for later. If I take a minute and just stop thinking about it, the thumb can come in later. The reason why I was doing this in the first place was so that I could get the mouth done. Okay. See, this is why I'm so disorganized and I'm taking so long to do everything. It's making it, I'm so far behind. I was right, however, that it made it a little bit easier to do the yawn. I didn't mean to draw it on the head, though. I should have been paying more attention. I'm just going to raise this up by like a pixel. Okay, yeah, that doesn't look bad. And it is like a small picture, so that doesn't look bad. Oh, I better make sure I erase this line before I forget about it later. Okay, so now getting back to the hair. Maybe I'll start down here. That seems like a good plan. Quicker than a ray of light. Quicker than a ray of light. Quicker than a ray of light. I keep singing and I'm trying not to. See, the thing is, usually I just listen to music like all day long while I'm doing this sort of thing, while I'm drawing and writing and that sort of thing. But I can't do that if I'm on a stream, so I guess it's just like now my head is trying to make its own music to fill in the silence. Check, see how that looks. Okay, now's the time, I think, for just making sure that the lines are all smooth and meet each other. I didn't mean to actually commit to that one. Okay, yeah, that looks pretty fine. That looks good enough. No, actually, I need it to be a little bit thicker out here. So maybe what was that? This one needs to be out thicker, so. That also looks bad. I feel like I'm getting closer, but I haven't quite got it yet. I don't know where I'm. Maybe if I go out a little farther here. No, it's just not turning out right. Maybe this is the problem. I need to go farther out here. Stop it. And now that just looks too smooth over here. I think I need to be over here somewhere. Okay. That looks bad too. I think I like it up to here. But then it needs to be farther out. Okay. And then, you know what? I'm realizing what it needs. It needs a little something up here. To just give it that, like, volume that I need. That looks much better. Okay. Alright. Okay. I think I am happy with all of this. Okay. Sorry, I'm just drinking some coffee. So, what I'm going to do is erase all of this. And that'll just make it less of a distraction, so then I'll be able to more easily decide on things like the placement of the thumb. But I think I'm still not ready for that just yet. Do this shoulder. You know what? I feel like that arm is too thin. First off, I think my line is also getting too thin. Let's try 3. So, if her neck is coming down like this, and then we'll have her shoulder come out like this. I don't think that's quite what I want, though. it didn't quite have that bump to it that I needed. And that's better, but it's still not quite. I needed it to go farther out. There's something wrong. Okay, I'll start with the arm, and we'll see how it goes from there. I'll start here. Okay. That doesn't look too bad. I feel like it's not quite what I want it to be. I almost feel like the arm is not in a good position. So I'm going to finish out the hand, maybe. I'm going to put the arm down here. Again, I had just scrawled a messy hand for the phone. I need her to be holding the phone. So now I'm going to work on this hand. It's a fine balance between too thick and not thick enough. Oops. Oh, I'm on the wrong thing. All right, let's see here. This is not looking too shabby yet. I gotta be careful though, because it could really easily sway into that. It could look really bad really fast. Again, I'm trying not to be a perfectionist. I just need it to look like she's holding a phone. It does not look good. Like I said, it looked bad fast. Okay. Okay, let's see. Let's make this a little bit grayer for a minute. Just try to figure out where do we go from here. She's got the thumb and the forefinger in place. Okay, let's see here. I think maybe the problem is I don't know what the problem is. Okay, let me try something here. Separate the fingers a little bit. Nope, that looks even worse. Okay. I don't have time to be super picky. But I feel like I don't have to be super picky to want something to be good, right? And this just isn't good. Okay, I feel like this is the shape that I want. Maybe I can fill in the details a little bit better if I have the shape already pinned down. Nope, that didn't work. It's like I'm getting progressively worse with every single pass. think that almost looks right. Okay, wait. No, that looks bad too. Maybe there's something wrong with... What's the other finger? Maybe there's something wrong here. No, that's not right. What is the problem? Maybe this shouldn't have been farther down. Maybe the fingers need to be higher up. I just don't know. Fuck. It looks like it's getting farther away from right. I don't understand. Well, I better just save while I'm suddenly thinking about it. I might not be doing right with this hand, but the rest of this still needs to be saved. Okay. What do we got? That's a blank page? Okay. Okay, you know what? Maybe the problem is it's not the right size? Oh, wait. I feel like this is actually going to just make things look even uglier. Now I think the fingers look okay, but now I think the thumb is what looks really bad. I'll just continue fiddling around with all of these things over and over as that just gets worse and worse. This is looking so stupid. I'll get it though. I'll keep working at it until I get it. That's what I do. All right. Let's try just moving that a little bit this way. Now let's try closing up the hand kind of like that and then going up. Maybe a little bit less right in there. That still doesn't look quite right, but we're getting closer. I feel like we're getting closer. So now what I'm going to do is I want to make this drop down a little bit less angled. Yeah, that's looking a little better. Just come right in here. And I feel like I just got home. And I feel like I just got home. And I feel okay. I think that looks good enough for me. Good enough. It doesn't look good. It does not look good, but it looks good enough. So and then I'm just going to come in here real quick and just do a tiny little bit of a fingernail here just to, oh, I meant to put that in a new layer. A tiny fingernail just to give it a tiny little bit of perspective. And now I'm going to kind of just do a little bit of detailing here just to give it a tiny bit of more depth. Okay. That's good enough. However, this arm is not looking quite right. That's why I said I wanted to do the hand first, is I wanted to do the hand before I tried to fix the arm so that I could make sure that everything looked nice and proper. So I'll bring this up like that. Now I'll close this up a little bit here. Maybe I'll even move them apart a little bit. Make it a little bit bigger here. Okay. I feel like this needs to be lower down, actually. It needs to be lower than this, not higher. almost feel like I'm doing this backwards. I don't understand what I'm doing right now. Like, I don't know what my head is telling me. I think I need to give up on the smooth thing for now and just focus on getting the shaping of it right. Nope, nope, that's not good. I need to do a smaller line. That's what I want. Because I'm trying to thin it out up here. Am I just wasting my time? Am I wasting all my time on this stupid arm and shoulder thing? I think I am. Okay, I think the only things that I really need to actually do in a smooth line, I just need to fix the edges here. So just the middle parts. It's this part that's bad. Okay, this is a fine enough arm. Now to try to put it into a better position. Okay, but you know what? This hand actually looks way bigger than that one. What the fuck? It actually isn't quite what I want it to be then. Okay. I think I know what I need though. I think I actually just know what I need to do. That helped. It still looks too big, but it helped. Sorry for like all the booping and everything. Ay, this is a great stream, ain't it? I don't know why my mouth decided to make me sound slightly like I'm trying to pretend to be British there. I was trying to say ain't it, but I just didn't say it right. Okay. No, the hand looks way too big. Oh my god. Is that too small now? It's not too small, but I almost feel like it's not actually in that good of a position. Okay, you know what I'm going to do? Actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw the thumb here. Okay, so the thumb has been drawn, and now I'm going to move the other side to be a little bit more out like that. Okay. That looks a little better. Now I just gotta kind of clean this up a bit. And that's generally a little bit better. Although I almost feel like this arm needs to be done a little differently. But you know what? I'm running out of time, so I'm not going to worry about that. I'm going to let that be. Okay. Continuing on, because I can't afford to be a perfectionist. It looks really stiff, but it doesn't look like some kind of horrific thing. It doesn't look like a funhouse mirror. So that is as good as I will let it get. Alright, it's time for me to try to force myself to do this other fucking thumb. Okay. Maybe what I'll do is I'll start with the arm like I did last time. Here we go, actually. I like this better. Nope, 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 don't like that. I almost feel like this eye is actually still too high up. Maybe her head doesn't need to be tilting as much as it is. So if I just move this eye just a pixel lower, that might help. Oh, I think it definitely helped. Back to the arm. Okay. No, I'm still on the thing. Okay. It's the right shape, the wrong size, and I need better detail. Okay. It's butt ugly. Okay. But I'm getting close. I'm getting close. Where's the head with the hand? I need to make that a little bit more transparent so that I can work on this. Where's that thumb? There we go. I think I'm on the wrong size brush. Yeah, this will help. Okay, something still looks pretty wrong about this. But I think I might know what it is. It needs to kind of be more squashed in together. So where's the hand? No, that's not what's wrong. What the fuck is it? What the fuck is the problem? This thumb looks terrible. Oh, fuck me. It's because there's not supposed to be a fucking thumb there. This whole fucking time. What's my problem? There's supposed to be a thumb on this side of the hand that can't be seen very well because it's behind that fucking hand. Sometimes that is just the easiest answer. It's just the reason why something looks bad is because it's just not even supposed to be there at all. I can't make the thumb look right because there's not supposed to be a thumb there, so it'll never look right. It's on the wrong fucking side of the hand. Sorry for all the F-bombs, but you know what? Who cares? This video isn't marked for kids. You know, it still doesn't really look quite right, but I am past caring. I think that's good enough. And like I said, this is from the distance. It doesn't need to be exactly perfect. Alright. That is good enough. Oh, cool. I thought I might have accidentally deleted that. Okay, I'm going to merge some of this stuff down. Okay. This is taking longer than I'd hoped it would. Like everything. Everything I do always takes longer than I'd hoped it would. But you know what? We plug away. I will never ever make a webcomic if I don't buckle down and make a webcomic. So let's start trying to shape this out here. I didn't quite get the shapes the way that I wanted in the sketch layer, I think. I also don't want to draw too much attention to like her boobs and stuff because like, here's the thing, is that I do think that it's important to just let women be natural, let women have natural bodies, but at the same time, I'm not trying to make this all super, like, risque or anything. Not that I think it's risque. You know what I mean. You guys know what I'm saying. I don't want to be drawing stuff that just makes people think that I'm just super horny. I'm too ace for that. I'm too ace to be horny. I do want a little bit of a thing here for like the armpit, under the shoulder and everything. Alright. I think that looks pretty good. Let's go to 2 because there's supposed to be just a bit of a darker hem on this shirt here, and that leads up into the strap. Again, it's making her arm look pretty stiff. I think I need to move this. So what layer is that one on? If I just put it a little bit lower like that and a little bit over, that just makes it look a little bit more natural, I think. More like she's just like rolled out of bed and is just walking down the hall. I also kind of think though that I need actually to move this shoulder and this arm a little bit lower, actually. Like, I need this to be lower. And then I need the shoulder to appear more relaxed to fit it. Might not be relaxed enough. I'm not getting this right. Okay. Okay. I need to start higher up here like this. But I just need to relax it. Okay. I'm getting there. I'm getting there. But I don't feel like that's good enough. That just makes it look like she's like slumped. Okay. I'll figure this out. I'll figure it. I need it to be relaxed without being too over, if that makes sense. That's not looking relaxed, it's just looking stupid. Maybe I need the arm to be a little bit different. I can't do that. I can't make it different because I've already gone too far. I think that looks pretty good actually. Okay. Okay. That looks a little better. It still doesn't look exactly the way I envisioned it in my mind, but I will make do. That's okay. It doesn't have to look like the way it did in my mind. It just has to look like it's okay. Maybe the neck could stand to have a little more definition here. I know it's just adding some shadow, but that might still just help. Okay. I like this area here. I just need to do the line work a bit better. It's clothing, so it doesn't need to be perfect, but it's still, that just looked really janky to me. Okay, that looks better on that end. And over here, I think this part actually even needs to be a bit further out. I don't want these characters to look super skinny or anything. I want them to look realistically shaped. Because that's one thing I hate, is whenever characters are just like drawn to be sticks. And I'm like, you can have characters that are thin without making them look unrealistically, unbelievably cartoonish. See, I think she looks like she's a thin character, but like she's actually realistically proportioned. Here we go. I feel like I kind of want this to be... That's good, actually. It's this line that needs a little bit of change here. Okay. Alright, we're plugging along. I almost feel like this needs to be different. It needs to be moved right around there. Okay. Not the good spot. I need it to be a little further out here. It's still not quite what I want. Nope. Let's start here so that I can just erase what I don't want. It's not quite giving me the shape I want. I feel like that's a bit better. That's the kind of shape that I want for this character, for her shorts. Not quite there on this line. Again, I'm trying not to pay too much attention to this area, but at the same time, I need it to look natural. I need it to look like it's well drawn. Because if I do a bad job, then the audience will be paying special attention to this area. Instead of it just being a character wearing shorts, they're going to be saying, oh wow, look at that ugly crotch. so I'm trying to avoid that as best I can. Just trying to get this right. Okay. Oh shit, I forgot that this leg is supposed to be the one in front and this one's supposed to be the one behind. Maybe I'll see about just kind of switching that around. No, I kind of don't want to do that. I think I kind of have to. I think I'll do that. That's what I'll do. Okay. Just gonna keep plugging away. How does that look? It looks fine enough. These are just the shorts. They don't really matter. People aren't going to be just like staring specifically at the shorts anyway. They're going to be, hopefully they'll just be like reading the speech bubble and moving on and that sort of thing. I want the art to look good, but I don't want to be so concerned with making it look good that I just don't do anything at all. Okay. I think that's all looking fine enough, so I'm going to merge it down. One strange thing about this is that I feel like it's all, like, I feel like this character is actually smaller than I had intended for her to be. Even though I'm trying to follow the proportions pretty exactly, I feel like she's just generally smaller. Which means I feel like the bedroom is going to look really huge by comparison. I'll have to shrink that down a little bit. Okay. But moving on for now. Let's try to move this. Because I did this wrong. I don't know if this is going to work out, actually. It doesn't quite look right. Okay. Honestly, what a mistake to have made. I think I can fix it though. If I just work a little bit better at this. Okay. I feel like I feel like her body needs to be higher up actually to make the legs work. Maybe I need to make the legs also be just a little bit lower down, which that'll help to take care of some of this negative space down here anyway. And it'll make it so that I avoid making her too short, which I have a tendency to sometimes accidentally make characters look too short. Okay. Now to get onto this. So I'll start by doing these. I kind of think the leg needs to be thicker. Yeah, that's good. Okay. Actually, let's try 2 for this. What? Why is this acting up? Why is my pen? That's up. I want a fur effect, but not that badly. Oh my god. My pen isn't working the way that I want it to. I feel like it looks too small. Maybe I need it to be a little bigger. Yeah, that looks better. But now I need to first off put it in the right position. Actually, does it look too big now? No, I think that looks okay. Maybe it does look a tiny bit big. Let me resize it, but just a little bit bigger and not quite as big. Okay. I'll just close up some of these little pieces here. To make sure the thing is fully enclosed. I'll just add a little bit of detailing around the ends here, because that'll just give it a bit of a 3D look and actually make it look like the fur is really, really there and really actually fluffy. Okay, that's looking pretty good. And now, first we're going to add a bit of a circle thing there, even though it's not going to actually be Actually, you know what? I'll do that later. For now, I need a line just like this. That's pretty good. Then we'll come out like this. Maybe not quite above that high. Maybe we'll come just right in like this. I think that looks okay. And it's from a distance, so it doesn't really matter if it doesn't look perfect. Before I erase the top part, I just want to make sure that she looks pretty good lengthwise. Maybe I'll lower it just a tiny bit more. That looks pretty good, I think. Okay. I'm just going to close this tiny little bit up here. And now, erase it. And erase it. I think that looks good. It doesn't look amazing, but it looks okay, I should say, rather than good. And now for the next one. And this one I'm going to be doing it a little bit differently than the actual outline would suggest, since I've edited the outline area of what I need to be doing. This isn't quite looking like a good knee. Okay, it's okay if it juts a little bit because it is a knee. did it start over there? I think, no, I forgot the ankle. And the heel is too small now. Ah, sorry, I dropped my pen. And that's too big. No, that makes it look really bad. Okay. Still just making tiny little adjustments to try to figure this out as I go. I got the ankle, so now it's time for the heel. It looks kind of wrong. I think I need it to be a little bit higher back. Maybe I'll save the heel and do the heel later. For now, okay. For now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to shape out a basic foot here. And then I'll draw the slipper on over it. That's not quite what I want, so... Oh, wait, whoops. I need to switch to this before I can do that. I almost think I need it to be a little bit more front facing. Okay, that looks okay, but I think I need it to be, now I need it a little bit bigger. Not too much bigger, just a little bit. I think that's a better shape. Okay. 2. And that's not perfect, obviously, but it's just to get me a good shape. Okay. Oh, whoops. I'm on the wrong layer. And now for these ones, I kind of want it to look like the foot is risen up above the padding, if I can manage that. Okay. Kind of like a flip-flop, you know. I almost feel like it needs to be a little lower down. Like I did the lines pretty well, it just wasn't quite proportioned right. I think that looks better. Okay, so now to try to finish off this foot in a way that looks good. I almost feel like the slipper actually needs to be way bigger. Like, I don't know what I did wrong here, but maybe I just need to move it over. Maybe that looks okay. No, I think it definitely needs to be bigger than this still. At least it needs to be just a little bit bigger and maybe a little bit wider. That might look better. Okay, so now to draw that over again. Okay. Working on the fur. Alright, now to just kind of give it that extra detail that I mentioned earlier, a little bit of definition here, making it look a bit more 3D. Just to give it that tiny little bit of pop and texture. And now back to this, back to 3, back to smooth tool. See, now it looks even better. Yeah, it's looking pretty good. I think I want it to be a little bit higher up though. Oh, not that. Merge that with, whoops, I did not mean to draw that on that layer. There we go. Now again, this does not look perfect, but it looks, I think it looks pretty okay. Actually, I almost feel like that needs to be a little lower down here. That looks a little better, I think. Yeah, okay, that looks better. Okay, finally, we've got her finished. So now we'll do the line work for the bedroom, which shouldn't take too long because it's mostly just a bunch of straight lines, like being honest. So let's try 2.3. And then let's just try to build. Oh, you know what? I need to make sure that I'm on the right tool. Build a bedroom. Oh, wrong layer. Okay. So this is the dresser. Nope, that was not a good line. Sometimes when I'm clicking on it, it will just randomly move the thing right when I'm clicking on it to make sure that it goes to a completely different square than what I wanted it to. somehow that doesn't look right where I wanted it to land. Right there, that'll do. I have a special way I'm going to be doing the carpet, so I'm not going to worry about that for right now. And a lot of this stuff is going to be, like right now it looks super noticeable, but it's going to be less noticeable once I get the coloring and shading done. Like a lot of this stuff here is going to be deep in shadow. It's going to be kind of just a little bit hidden from view, that sort of thing. No, that's not what I meant to do. God damn it. I'm trying to scroll in over here. Now, the way that I had her bedroom laid out, it's more difficult to see on this thing, but yeah, sorry, just 1 second. I need to make sure I'm getting these lines looking right. It looks thicker over here than it does over here, and that's supposed to be a little bit, but like it's not supposed to be a lot. Let's start here. I don't know why that line looks so small, actually. No, I think I need to start here. And I need to kind of thin it out as we get closer to the bed over here. I almost feel like I need to make it even thinner. Because it's supposed to be getting smaller the closer it is to the wall. Yeah, that's good enough. Okay. Ah, come on. Oh, what I was saying. So for Dia's apartment, I have an entire blueprint that I laid out, so that I would know where everything is. So, like, this is her bedroom and everything. So I know where the window is, I know where the bed is, where the pillows are supposed to be, the dresser, the closet, all this stuff. So that way I'll always be able to just go and sort of build her apartment up from the ground up and know where everything is. She's on a second floor apartment, so she's got, like, her front door goes out onto this balcony and goes down to the ground and everything. Wait, this is the one that goes down. This one goes up to a third floor. But anyway, it doesn't matter. And then I also put all of her doors in here so that I always can just copy and paste the doors wherever I need it to be. The dresser, so I've got a front view of the dresser, front view of the windows. A color picker for her bedroom when it's in natural light. That sort of thing. And then I got reference images for her bed. And then, like I said, I have the posters that I've got 2 of the posters that she has in her house already lined up here, so that I've just got this asset board. And the more I draw and the more I fill things in, like, she's gonna have a whole bunch of stuff on her shelves, and she's gonna have some more pictures on the wall and that sort of thing. And the more I draw those things, the more I'll move them into these areas here, so that I'll always just be able to come and just, like, pick up a poster and put it where it's supposed to be, and I won't have to draw the poster every single time. So yeah, so that's kind of what I got for Dia's apartment, and that's why I already knew, like, where all the pieces are supposed to be and all that sort of stuff. So it's just a matter of getting it all built up. My hands are getting tired though. So for the lamp, what I do is I make one half of it, and then I just copy and paste, rotate the layer, move it into position. I could zoom out and move it, but you know, what is it? What did I mess it up? Oh no, I needed to zoom out. I was too far away to be able to zoom it. And then I just put it in place and merge it down. And then for the rings, oh, I'm on the wrong thing. Move that into place and just erase that part of it. Same up here. Just make a circle that looks right. Move it into place. And then we can take a straight line tool and just connect it. Erase the parts of it that aren't supposed to be here. I feel like this bottom one is actually not as deep as it needs to be. Maybe if I just make the bowl a little bit deeper here. Oh shit, I didn't mean to put it up there, but you know what, that's okay. I didn't mean to put it on that layer, but I don't care because I'm just erasing it anyway. That looks a little better, I think. And now, erase this part, and we have a serviceable lamp. It actually looks a little bigger than it's supposed to, I think, but you know what? It's okay. Sorry. So now we come back to this. Honestly, for this part, I should have actually started at the bottom and moved it up, so. Wait, I need to make sure that I'm not crossing on any layer. Okay, cool, I'm not. This is behind the bed, so, I mean behind the mattress, so it doesn't matter if it doesn't look like it would perfectly line up with anything. Now, I think I might have made these bars here a little bit too thick. So what I'm going to do is, actually, you know what, first I'm going to start with the back line. The back line goes almost all the way against the wall, so I'm going to put it all the way almost against the wall. And then just put a tiny little piece here like this, maybe this far. Okay. Now, come back over here and try to do that. I think that looks good. That looks good, okay. Now, like I said, I made the bars a little too thick, so I'm going to kind of thin them up by just going right maybe here. That looks nice. That looks like a good width for the bars. Okay. No. It was a good width here, but I need to make it a little bit longer on this side because it's supposed to be getting a little bigger the closer you get to the camera, so yeah, that looks a little better, I think. Although actually maybe I did it a little bit too far. God, okay. Alright. We'll try that one more time. Let's try right here. Okay. Okay. I think that looked okay. So again, we're going to do this line here against the wall. Just thin it right here. And then we'll come down, probably right around there. And maybe right here. I feel like that looks thicker than the one above it. Okay, so I'm just going to move it up a pixel. I think proportionally, like it's the right angle, it just needed to be up a pixel, so I think that looks better. Alright, so now we're going to do the last one. Whoops. I didn't realize I was still on this layer. Last one up against the wall. The scroll doesn't ever want to scroll in what I want it to be scrolled into. Just thin it out a little bit. And right about here. And then down here we will go down right about here. Right about here maybe. And then down here. I think that looks pretty good. I think once again I need to be a pixel higher. That looks good. Okay. I'm so glad I didn't just merge that down like that. I was not paying attention. I almost did. Okay. Now we'll do this over here. So starting here, we're going to come like this. And then we'll come down here. And we're on a new layer, so we'll just come right down here like this. And then we'll come in and just erase it here. Good. That's not quite right. That looks a little better. Okay. Sorry. This is my alarm telling me it's 4 o'clock. I wanted to be done with all the line work by now, but I'm only like almost done with like one panel. Again, this is why it's taking me so long to do all of this stuff, is because it's just taking me so much longer than I had anticipated it would. I will finish this panel before I quit for now, though. I'm gonna stop and take a break for lunch after I'm done with this panel, and then I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna do the line work for the last panel. Maybe I'll do the coloring tomorrow. Oh my god, I'm so far behind. The more I do this, though, the faster I'll get at it, because the better I'll get at it. I'll just get better, and then I'll get faster, and then I'll be able to start actually like churning out these pages as fast as I think I should be able to. This line looks terrible. What the fuck? You guys see that, right? You see that I'm like right where I want it to be, and then as soon as I start trying to put the line down, it'll move and jump into a new place. Like, I'm not crazy. This is happening. Okay. And this is one of those windows that I said that I had already got drawn out, and so I was able to just copy it and then use my transform tool to angle it into the angle I wanted it to be. And that's just going to make it so much easier to be able to place windows whenever I want. It's because I already know where every line is supposed to end up. Okay. It's looking good so far. And now for all the stuff that doesn't really need perfect lines. Wait, let me just merge all of this stuff down with itself. Okay, cool. New layer. This is just one of those little like window latches. I don't need it to be some kind of perfect thing. It's just a tiny little detail. Okay. This, I am going to go back to this tool, but just a little bit differently. Let's try 4. Because this is actually curtains. So I want it to have a little bit of like movement and stuff. And varying line weights. That way it's just going to look a little bit, you know what, 4 is not right. I think maybe 3 would be better. Because this will just make it look softer. It'll make it look like it's, you know, maybe swaying a little bit in the breeze if I just give it a little bit of movement here. And so we're just going to erase the tiny little bits of detail here. That's nice, that's nice. Now let's do the pillows. Now I want these pillows to look a little bit messy. As if she doesn't, like, the way that I want this character is that she's like neat and tidy, but not overly so. So she'll have like made her bed a little bit, but not to the point where like the pillows are perfectly placed. Like this isn't some hotel room. This is going to be where she lives. She likes things to be nice and neat, but at the same time, she's not going to be overly concerned with the way that her pillows are arranged. Actually, no, I don't need that leather. I think this is good enough here. Okay, that's good. And now for her blanket. Again, I want her to look like she's got a kind of a nice and a neat sort of personality, but at the same time, she just sort of like throws the blanket into place. It doesn't need to be some kind of perfectly arranged kind of thing. I think that line is too straight, in fact. Fun fact, when I was a child, I was obsessed with making sure that my room was perfectly clean and perfectly arranged and perfectly tidy. One time when I was like 7, 8, something like that, I was trying to make my bed and I had a meltdown because I couldn't get all of the wrinkles out of the fabric, and I tried for like an hour to try to make the blanket as smooth as I possibly could get it, and I just couldn't do it, and so I started crying. And my mom was like, "It's just a bed. Why are you crying that your bed isn't made perfectly?" And I was like, "You don't understand. I need it to be made perfectly." She was like, "Wow." I feel like I'm not doing this right. Okay, wait, before I do this, I want to do a little something here. Okay. I know what I want, it's just a matter of doing it and doing it well. Come on, my pen doesn't even want to do it well. How am I supposed to do something well if my pen doesn't want to do it? That looks terrible. Why did I do that like that? Okay. How do I want to do this? I made these lines too thick. I didn't realize I was still on 4. I shouldn't have been on 4 for these. Now I get to come and undo some stuff. Okay, now I'm going to redo that whole thing. Not whole thing, but you know, I'm just going to make the folds kind of just a little bit thinner, which is going to make them look a little bit better. I kind of went overboard with that last set. So now I'm going to do some kind of like cornering here to kind of make it look like this is all coming off here. I don't know, does that look right? I don't think that looks right. That doesn't, that's not what I want. I'm not sure how to make this look right. Maybe I do just kind of have to accept that it's going to be a little bit weird. This is not looking right to me. And my hands are too shaky. Even when I want the line to be uneven, I still want it to look like a nice line. That doesn't look perfect, but you know what? It looks okay. It looks just fine. No. That needs to be angled. That's fine. Okay. Now for more ruffles of the blanket. Let's go back to 3. Oh, I'm on the wrong thing. I'll leave that there. That doesn't need to fit there. That's fine enough. Okay. 2. That's good enough. And then finally, we just need a bit of detail here for the mattress. Again, I want this to look a little bit soft. It should be right up against the edge of this wood here, but it should just look, it should look kind of fabric-y as opposed to the thick wooden lines, this specifically angular wooden lines here. That looks good. That looks good. Okay, so just gotta make sure that I'm not running into any of the table or anything. Okay. And then the last thing I need to do is the carpet. Alright, so first let me merge some of the stuff down. And I need to make sure I'm not on her. Okay, cool. What is this? Oh, cool. Honestly, the thing is, it actually doesn't look quite perfect, but you know what? It doesn't need to because this is all going to be heavily shaded. Oh, shit. I knew I was missing something. Alright, so now for the carpet. Nope, wrong layer. Honestly, here's the thing, is this worked fine for me before, but I almost feel like it's actually just making things more difficult for me now. I'm not going to worry about doing it that way. I'm going to try something a little bit different. I'm just going to go the same way, the same route that I do the fur slippers. It's just kind of manually just kind of give it some bump and some stuff, so that this can look like it's, the furniture is like resting on carpet instead of just like on some hardwood floor. so the angling does seem a little bit off in some places. Particularly, I think if I just fix these, then maybe that will just make it automatically a little bit better. I just need to raise them up a little bit higher. Yeah, that did help. Oh, I need to fix... I need wall. So yeah, the angling looks a little bit weird, but it's all going to be behind the main character, and she's going to be the focus. And it's... oh shit. Why did I draw this stuff on this character? Oh my god. Okay, let's see. This is what happens when you don't pay attention to whatever layer it is that you're on. What is this? I don't know what this is. Okay, so now I'm going to just erase stuff. Just erasing it from around the main character so that I can merge all the line work without having to worry about crossing these lines. I'm crossing the line. I keep telling myself, stop singing. Don't sing. And then I just keep singing anyway, and I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with me? Okay. So, what did I lose here? What did I fucking lose? That must have been whatever it was that I was like, I don't know what this is. That was this. Oh, I'm on the wrong thing. Alright, there we go. Yep, this is stuff I lost. What the fuck? How did I do this? How did I mess up this badly? Make sure everything else is still here. Alright, so now what I'm going to do is just remove all the rest of the red stuff from this layer here. See, that looks pretty good. It doesn't look perfect. It doesn't look amazing. It looks okay. So now we'll merge these down and merge it down with this panel here. Cool, so now the only panel I have left to do is this main one here. We're checking her phone while she's eating breakfast. And then I'm going to draw her thumb here and on the phone. So this is a good breaking point for this video, I think. And I'm going to take a break for a bit, and then I'm going to come back and do the rest of this panel. But I'm going to try to get this done today or tomorrow. I've got other stuff I got to do tomorrow. I'm going to try to get the line work done today. I'm going to try to do some of the coloring tomorrow, maybe over the weekend. I'm trying to catch up, but I'm just so far behind. It's just been a lot of work, so I'm really enjoying it though. I'm having a fun time trying to get all this work done and trying to get it all processed. I'm not going to worry about trying to draw something outside. I'm just going to have it be kind of like bright and shining over there. But yeah, so that's that. This is turning out pretty good, I think. And then once I get the full page finished, I'm going to be posting it for Ko-Fi subscribers on my Ko-Fi coffee channel. I always say Ko-Fi. But I'm going to be posting it on my feed once I get it finished, and subscribers will be able to view the entire completed picture. So I'm having a good time of it though. If you enjoyed this video, then thank you for joining me. My name is, again, Mercury Addison. And I will see you guys next time. Bye!